Foreshadow.
Ooh, yes.
So we're going to hit these kind of quick.
Yeah,
we're going to hit these kind of quick because I did ask you to put together 4 moments that foreshadow something to come later in the series. And that's literally what this segment is. It's 4 moments that foreshadow something to come. And for our little sports theme, just for fun, I was thinking golf,
Four. Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, I get it now. It's all clicking. Yes.
So for me, I have the vanishing step mentioned in the beginning. It's mentioned in the beginning of the Potions Master, and it foreshadows the night in Goblet of Fire that Harry gets stuck in that step underneath the cloak. He drops the triwizard egg clue, his marauders map, and ironically, that is a chapter where Snape is also terrible.
Absolutely.
And it's really funny that it's the first one that you had.
It's absolutely the first one I wrote. It was a little number 1 and a circle and everything.
For any other did I admit, is it specifically that night that you were thinking of?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nothing with Neville falling in it 100 times?
Nope.
Okay.
It was absolutely
just checking.
Very typical, only as it pertains to Harry did it come into my brain.
Right. Well, speaking of Neville, the second one that I have is Neville asleep in the corridor in the midnight duel because he forgot the password to get into the common room.
Oh.
This becomes a common enough occurrence that in Prisoner of Azkaban, Neville writes down the passwords for the week. Of course, this nearly gets someone killed because with the help of Crookshanks, the cat, Sirius Black gets in, Ron wakes up with a wanted prisoner with a knife over his bed. Of course, he was after the rat, and that would have been the someone that could have gotten killed, but the characters don't know that yet at the time.
Yes. Oh, good one.
Thanks.
Good one.
What was your second?
My second one is in the potions class when he says, "Let's try again, Potter. Where would you look if I told you to find me a bezoar?"
That's a good one.
Kind of foreshadowing in book 6 how Harry saves Ron's life completely with a bezoar.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's a good one. And it didn't make my list. It didn't make my top 4, but it's a really good one, which is funny because my fourth one, we'll get there, but it is a little bit of a cop-out. My third one is Aloha Mora. At this point in the Midnight Duel chapter, Hermione is a completely annoying know-it-all who's giving our 2 main characters at this point grief at every turn of event that they have. We don't yet have a golden trio. This adventure is a cobbled together aluminum foursome. But it's the first time that these kids are together and Hermione saves their asses by knowing magic that the others don't. This is going to happen at least 100 times in every single book that we read from here on out. And there's a reason that there's a lot of people in this fandom that say the series should have been named Hermione Grainger and the 1,000 times I saved these 2 idiots or whatever you want to call it. But this is the first.
They would 1,000% be dead without her, early on.
Oh, yeah. Immediate. But not necessarily in this moment, because without her, they wouldn't have gotten to face the 3-headed dog.
That's a good point.
She did kind of lead them into that potential death trap door.
But they really needed to see the 3-headed dog to be little Nancy Drews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, Hermione. That's a complicated
right?
role.
As it is. As it always seems to be. What was your third one?
My third one is Harry's broom jumped into his hand at once, but it was one of the few that did. I just love that this is the first mention we get of Harry flying, because flying is it's mentioned
thing
so many times in the series how at home he feels on a broomstick. So this is that first. I love it.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good one. My last one this is where it's a bit of a cop-out. And it's okay if you call me on it, but I'm going with the endings of both chapters as one foreshadow. The Potions Master ends on a deliberate foreshadow with Harry catching a glimpse of the Prophet article about the Gringotts break-in and Hagrid being unable to play it cool. And the Midnight Duel ends with Hermione plot-splaining to the boys that the giant tri-headed pup was standing on a trapdoor guarding something. The light bulb goes off for us about the same time that it does for Harry. Maybe we got it first. But these two pieces of information give us everything that we need to know about where we're headed for the climax of this book.
100% not a cop-out. I love that. I think that's great. Oh my God. And you know what? My fourth one, my final one, is kind of an abstract one myself too, honestly. And it's Harry in the lead without any idea where they were or where they were going, which that really sums up the series, doesn't it? Harry's in the lead with no idea.
Yeah, it really should have been Harry Potter and the friends that keep me alive, or Hermione Grainger keeping these two idiots alive. That probably should have been the name of the books.
He's very reckless.
Could have just alternated, you know, book one, Harry leading these people into danger. Book two, Hermione getting them the hell out of that danger.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It reminds me of another Tumblr post I saw that was like, Harry Potter, the series, a summary. Ron and Hermione. Harry, no. Harry, yes.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
That pretty much sums it up.
But then what would we have to podcast about?
Exactly. Yes. I love this series for a reason. And Harry is not absent from that equation at all.
Even if he's not your favorite character or anybody's.
The Belated Binge Podcast.